To a fast start. I love the way that we executed the opening script. We continually played physical and played hard with good effort in the first half. We didn't execute at a high level, and ended the half again for 2 weeks in a row with a 2-minute situation where we scored a touchdown. So very pleased with the start, very pleased with the 2-minute situation before the half. We have to continue to prove, as Coach would say, to develop our competitive stamina and not relax when we're up 28-0.
What's the evaluation on the second half penalties?
They were penalties. It was, we have to coach the technique better, and we have to demand the technique better as coaches. That can't happen. I mean, that was 176 yards, I think, of offense and a touchdown that were called back. So that was critical, and starts with us as coaches.
Is it coincidental that some of those penalties came on Jakori Barney's runs, or is he so electric sometimes it's tough to know how?
I think that's just a result of our perimeter blocking. Like we're not very good at perimeter blocking right now. We have to clean that up, and we have to improve this week, next week, the next week. Like we're going to need to get the ball in the perimeter to win games this season, and to have the big wideouts that we have. That has to be a strong suit for us, and it's not right now. And it's not just the wideouts; it's the running backs, it's the offensive line on screen. It's like when we get the ball in the perimeter, we have to improve and be able to take advantage of that.
How was it last year?
We didn't really get the ball on the perimeter as much last year for it to be a glaring deal. But as for now, right, it has to improve this year immediately.
What do you see? I mean, what are you seeing that concerns you?
With the perimeter blocking?
Yeah.
Just the technique where our hands are outside, we're holding, we're not moving our feet. It's a commitment to demanding it daily, and I think that last week really opened our eyes up, which stinks because Coach warns us all the time. Don't wait till something happens to fix something. Like we saw this happening during camp. We failed to fix it as coaches, so we have to get the perimeter blocking right, and we're going to.
When Jakori got here, how long did it take to realize he can help right away?
Pretty quick. I mean, you saw him in the spring game do some things, return kicks, and I mean, he's just so fast and dynamic. The thing about Jakori is he loves playing football, and that's what you try to recruit to. Like he genuinely loves to practice. Like he always has a smile on his face. It's continually recess for him when he's out there on the football field, whether it be a game or whether it be in practice. So I think that and his ability and his ball skills. His speed, I think that just allows him to be a special player. Hopefully he only improves each week.
You tightened up that running back rotation a little bit more last week. What did you like about just the complement the way those two guys complement one another?
I think Ramir does a really nice job, in third downs, catching the ball in the backfield. Obviously he's got speed. The one touchdown that got called back, like people had angles on him and he was able to separate and run for 80 yards without getting tackled, so that was good to see. I love Dante's physicality. So he had an unblocked defender. He stiff-armed, got a first down, ran through a guy, like we talk about all the time. Just his physicality, physical nature, I think allows him to be a little bit different as well. So I like how both of those guys competed, both those guys played. Gabe got in there at the end and ran the ball really hard. And I think Emmett still gives us a lot of availability on third downs, moving forward.
What do you feel about just the overall, progress trajectory that Dante has taken since he got here when, he had work to do and the patience that EJ has had with him to get him not just ready this year, but ready early in the year?
Yeah, I think EJ and Coach Ron Brown, in that running back room have done an unbelievable job developing him. Like when he first got here, he hadn't played a lot of football. Trying to learn how we do things, our process. I mean, we try to do really hard things, and it's not for everybody. So for him to be able to adapt to how we work every day and what we do, and then develop his skill set as a running back, I think EJ did a really nice job of continually and still ongoing of developing him into what you see today, and I think he can get better than what you're seeing right now.
Coach Rule mentioned the other day other guys needing to match Dylan's intensity. What's that look like to you going forward, or what's that mean to you?
I mean, it just means we're not going to slow down. Like we're not going to slow down and call a game not passively, but a little less aggressive because Dylan's a freshman. Dylan works his butt off, and he can handle a lot of stuff. The other guys around him need to pick it up, and they need to start learning and working as hard as certain, not just Dylan, but we have a couple of guys on offense that work their butts off with the film. So we're pushing our guys just to match, really not match. It's the standard. Like, what is our standard on offense of opponent study, of learning the playbook of execution. One of our 3 pillars is a culture of execution, and that's how we got to get. That's why we have to demand the standard to get to that level.
What do you see from Northern Iowa defensively that presents a couple challenges?
Very solid. They're not going to beat themselves. They're not going to put themselves in situations, vulnerable situations. I think they're going to make you try to drive the football for 10, 11, 12 plays, which is really hard to do in football without making a mistake. Just being able to consistently execute is what we're challenging our guys. Like, be able to go out there and put 12 plays together without, an MA, because an MA can kill you on offense. You go the wrong way. I saw it the other night. Guy comes free and it's 2nd and 12, and that's hard to come back from.
What have you thought of the way that the offensive line's been firing off the ball, creating those lanes for the backs to run through?
Very pleased. I think they're working really hard. I think they take a lot of pride in playing the offensive line position. I think Coach Raiola does an unbelievable job of demanding the certain standard in which they play, and I think it's showing. I think that they're doing a really nice job in the run game. They're doing a really nice job in pass protection.
Hey, last year you guys had 7 turnovers through 2 games at the QB position. To have none, how big has that been just to get off to this kind of start in managing the football?
It's huge. I mean, the focus of the whole offseason is taking care of the football. Win the turnover margin, and I think that Dylan's done a really nice job of not only protecting the ball in the pocket, but he's throwing balls where either our guy's going to catch it or no one's going to catch it. And I think that's maturity beyond his years, the ability to do that. So very pleased to this point. We just have to keep, stressing it and keeping it a focal point, from now and throughout the season.
Is that concerning at all that there's a challenge being presented to the veterans to match a true freshman's level of preparation? Is that kind of more say something about them or just what Dylan?
No, I think it's more of it's not a hey guys, y'all are lazy, you're not working hard. They're working extremely hard. I think it's a response to people who ask us, are we going to call the game different because Dylan's a freshman? And the response is no, because he's very prepared. He works really hard to a point where everybody, he's going to raise the standard of preparation around him. By no means, our guys work their butts off. By no means am I saying that the rest of the offense is lazy and they don't work hard. Like, that's not it at all. They're working extremely hard. But I think it's really cool that you have a freshman quarterback that can raise that standard of hard work that's already been done.
What have you seen from Jalen Lloyd through 2 games in his second year with the program?
Got to get him going. It was awesome to see him the other day track that ball, get the deep ball. We almost got him down the sideline. Hit his fingertips. So we have to continually get him in the offense and get him going because he's a weapon. I mean, he's put on weight. He's extremely fast. He's got unbelievable balance, ball skills. He can do a lot of different things. So his role will continue to grow as we continue this season.
Hey, Zach, going back to Jakori again, I think it was his first touch of the game. He gets on the sideline, takes a shot, pops up, setting his first down. When you see that from a true freshman in that moment, in that game, what does that tell you?
It's like I said, it's recess for him. He loves it. Like, he doesn't feel a thing. I think that was good because when he got hit, I was like, oh, whoa. And then he hopped up and he's got that big smile on his face. So, we can't we don't want him to get a lot of those hits for sure, but it's fun to watch him when he has the ball in his hands.
Anything else, Coach?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.